And that's got all the psychosis involved. It's the world we made, the value systems we've created here. You're a trash man, you're a doctor. You're more important. You're more worthy. He's a general, he's a grunt. Doesn't matter if the grunt is more intelligent and has more integrity and is more focused and is more righteous in it. The general gets the respect. It's the cops. They could be alcoholic pill poppers. They're still going to get respect where it's not deserved. There is no actual acknowledgement of being in any of this. There's acknowledgement of the terms that we use and the value systems we apply to them. There's no life in that. God is not playing there. What does God do? Create. What does creation? I mean, if people speak in God terms, God did nothing but create. He doesn't take care of problems. He doesn't make them. So if you don't make them, you don't have to take care of them. If you're made in His image, you're just a creator. Just keep going. But don't change. Don't start attaching a value system to it. That's going to cause people to feel certain ways. That's idolization. In the Christian terms, that's idolization. The definition that in the Bible for idols is anything fashioned by your head or your hands that gets more attention than that which made you. The things you make getting more attention than what you actually are. Being needs nothing to be satisfied. That's what it needs. Nothing. We are beings. We are not a conglomerate of crappy thoughts. We are not the violence in our minds. We are living, luminescent beings. Our mind will try to convince us that is not true. Only a sorcerer can defeat that. Only a brujo, a true, determined soul, defeats that thing. Because the mind's going to convince you that its opaque, lifeless view of things is how it really is. In all actuality, it is vibrating with the enormity of life all the time. And it's not that it's stopping, it's we're not paying attention. We have not the higher awareness to see. Does not mean we're not capable. It means we've decided to play in the muck, to get inside of our folly. Of making something so stupid, so important. Stature, class, symbolisms, buildings, Roman baths, on and on and on. Seeking what? Satisfaction? Satisfaction is not in things. It's in acknowledging life in you, allowing it to go through. You will never feel more satisfied than the day you do that. Ever. And it's so satisfying that I can live with it forever. And be just fine. Needing very little. Keeping it very simple. Not allowing my mind to, but get complicated with it. Mind is, it's corruptible. I can tell you something. I can repeat it. I can describe it in such a way where you believe it. That's corruption. It can be programmed. You're not a program. You're a living being. We're quickly losing sight of this in this culture. Matter of fact, we lost sight of it. pretty much gone. I mean, what's funny is it's not. It's in the people. It's in the common people. Right? But the ones that, broadcast the definitions you should have of the world, it ain't in them. It ain't in the stories they're telling you. It isn't in the world they're trying to make you believe is out there. There's many worlds out there. There's many in here. They're taking away from people their birthright. You are a universe unto yourself. When you meet somebody, that's a universe you're going into. It is not some flat one-dimensional thing where you know its name and you've determined what its behaviors is and why. It's an entire universe. And they're taking that away from us. Who's they? I don't think they're human. I would wonder if they even have any form at all. But I'm sure everybody's experienced it. You ever had a thought, you wondered where the hell it came from, that tweaked you, but you have no idea how it got there? You weren't thinking about it a second ago, and suddenly now you're paranoid out of your mind over some thought that just came into your head. You don't see that as an attack? You don't see that as someone breached you? Something has breached your peace. Something has taken your well-being. It doesn't have to have a body to kick your ass. But if you feed it, it's weird. How does it get into you? Thoughts. Where do those thoughts go? Let's go back. Where do the thoughts go? They go into that stream of your life force. And what do? Consume it. Become empowered by it. And if you're not sane, act it on. I mean, I've had several people, tell me, and I've actually had it myself when I was a kid. Driving on the freeway in Los Angeles. Just drive. Bridge. Right here. And a voice, you hear it. And I've heard this from a lot of people. It's like this voice came in and said, you should just drive right over there and boom. Where the hell did that come from? I mean, a lot of people aren't that weak where they're like, okay. They question why they're having that thought. Wait a minute, what is that? There are some that can't neglect that. So imagine this. These people that are out there that slaughter their families. I'm sorry to take it to this, but just to get a point across. They're sitting there in a very vulnerable state, weakened. Their life force is completely consumed by every nasty, violent, and troubled thought they have. There is no life force left for any awareness in what they're doing. Suddenly that makes this thing very, very pungent to come in and make a suggestion. A very morose, disgusting suggestion. And they follow through. Right? It can come in and convince you that you're justified in all your hate and anger. Just sneaks its way in there. Once it gets into your stream of life force, it has some power over you. It definitely has power that is yours, that you are not having in your presence. It's stealing it. Leaving you feeling oh so tired, oh so beat up, oh so depressed. To take that thing on is what one's got to do to be free. You get the feeling of the bliss when you hit that spot. Like, wow, this is what I want. You hit it and you know it. You're like, wow, yeah, this is it. I'm, holy moly, this is it. The God moment, the Jesus moment, the whatever moment.
The blooper.
Yeah. When you get that, and it settles in you to a point where you can't really remember it, but you know it's there, and you know that's what you want. And when you don't have it, you can't think of anything